Hello, Mr. Gregory A. McKay. Just wanted to make a quick video for you, buddy. Wanted to talk to you a little bit about what you think is okay, what you think is the um, legal and best way to run the Department of Child Safety as the director. And I know nobody's going to tell you what to do, and I don't intend to try. So I just wanted to maybe offer my opinion and let you do what you're going to do, Director McKay. But I think it's important that you and your caseworkers understand how broken the system is and how much harm you're causing, and how it's just not really in the best interest of the families and society as a whole to keep seizing so many kids, so many safe kids without the warrant. So real quick, my big gripe, as you know, is the warrantless seizing of safe kids seized without a warrant. You know, you have to get the required warrant to legally seize a kid. We live in America. In America, we're governed by the Constitution. The Fourth Amendment to the Bill of Rights stipulates that we should be secure from warrantless seizures without real evidence. You know, you have to have a reason to seize a person, to seize a piece of property. Greg, you know this stuff. This isn't new to you. You carried out these duties faithfully, right? Didn't you, as a police officer? You didn't just see somebody like, I think he smells like weed, maybe, and just seize him up. You know, you wouldn't just arrest somebody. You wouldn't just tow somebody's car because you had a hunch that he was a drug dealer, right? You didn't do that. You went and you got a warrant. You said, Judge, this is why I think this. This is my evidence to demonstrate this. I'm going to prove this. I need a warrant to do something. But that's how it works in America, man. You can't just go around seizing all these safe kids. And I get how you're doing it, right? You're doing it using the exigency exemptions of the Fourth Amendment warrant requirement. You've seized upon that, right? To be kind of punny about it, but it's not funny, right? You shouldn't be seizing on that unless there's a true exigency, which doesn't happen nearly, not even remotely close to as frequently as the numbers for your seizures would lead the public to believe. And if we just stop and think about it for a moment, we'll see that a lot of your seizures just aren't plausible. You know, a lot of these numbers, it just doesn't add up. It doesn't equate. So if we examine how you're doing it, right? This impending danger policy notion, definition that's been propagated as somehow part of the scheme under which you're able to seize, it's laughable. It is laughable. You know what exigency means. You know what a true exigency is, right? Exigent circumstances. You're familiar with that. This is not a new vocab word for you. Impending danger, that's new to anybody. That's a new synonym to exigency. That's a new very seize happy, if you will, interpretation of what it takes to seize upon the exigency exemption to the Fourth Amendment warrant requirement. So Greg, I don't want to tell you what to do. I know you know the law. I know you should be following the Fourth Amendment warrant requirement. I know you know that your caseworkers are quitting in droves because they hate working for you under this sort of seize kids quickly, ask questions later, maybe, sort of policy. That's why the turnover is so volatile. You know, you get an employee and you train them, you invest this time in them rather. They're not commodities, Greg. And after you do this, they jump ship, and it's because of you, Captain. It really is. The whole hook to this thing that's keeping this system just overworked and broken and really having such problematic effects is the fact that we're removing too many kids, right? We don't have enough foster beds. That's because we have too many foster kids. And another name for a foster kid is a ward, right? And you're seizing these wards like they're awards. You're thinking of the financial incentive when you're seizing them, not the individual human being, not the life that you're imposing your will on and affecting. So that's what I just want to implore you to consider, because I know you have a heart, Greg. I do. I know you have a big heart. I know you can't be happy with how you're seizing kids. I know it's hard for you to lay your head down at night and think, damn, I seized 50 kids today. I propagated no policy to follow the warrant requirement. I violated 50 people's constitutional rights. Well, I mean, you don't publish how many seizures you do each day, right? But you know how many you do, Greg. You know what you're doing to these families. You know what the family court system is like. And it's a vicious cycle. And it's because of your vicious removal policy. You've perverted the exigent circumstance, the exigency exemption to the Fourth Amendment warrant requirement. Right? Can we agree on that? That this isn't, that you know what an exigency is and it's not impending danger, and that you're confusing caseworkers? If you're a caseworker watching this video and you're seizing children because of impending danger, you're liable personally, and you're liable as a professional working for the Department of Child Safety, and that's horrible because a lot of it's on Greg for this bad policy. But I want to make you aware, and I want to make Greg McKay aware of it, and he's been aware of it. He's been a cop. He knows what's up. He knows he's warrantless. He knows that this isn't child safety. What's happening? This is an infringement upon civil liberties. This is a police officer working in a role that he's not qualified for, imposing his will, and fighting the war on drugs, or the war on families, or whatever this has morphed into. But we're no longer removing kids from situations where they're going to suffer severe bodily harm or death within 2 hours that it would take to obtain the required warrant. We're no longer operating near the legal scope of exigency. We're operating outside of exigency and claiming exigency, seizing upon exigency that isn't real. And it's a bad faith act. In the bad faith act, they're propagating all of this bad policy. The trickle down effect starts with you, Greg, and we're sick of it. We don't like it. The families don't like it. The caseworkers don't like it, and the kids hate it. The kids hate being in foster care. I don't know if you know this, but unless they're coming from very rare, isolated situations, they want to go back with their families. And after the bad removals, you put caseworkers in a position where they kind of have to lie in their court reports, and it's a tough situation. You put them between a rock and a hard place after a bad seizure. You know how to end it. You do. You just got to do what's warranted. Do what's warranted. Warranted. Thanks, Greg. Hope you comply.